What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor with my man Christopher Burton.
People's Podcast. So what's going on, y'all?
And we have Danny Paris along with us, our partner Danny Paris. So we're going to talk about PWC, man, Pro Wrestling Caribbean. So Chris, man,
yeah, man,
you checked it out a little bit earlier.
Yep, I did, man. Yeah, I did.
All right, so we're about to break it down, man. I can't see anything right now, man. I'm having some problems, so we was having a few technical difficulties. Chris, make sure that we are on live, man. Facebook,
we good,
YouTube,
man. We good,
and Twitter. All right,
we are good, man.
Yeah, just give me a minute, bro. Give me a minute I got to get this thing right, man. Get this thing right.
I told you, boy, you need to get rid of that Apple, boy. I've been trying to check, man. See, boy,
man, you must be out your flipping mind. Okay, so go. We got a couple Facebook users saying, "Hey guys, hello guys." Who is that, Chris?
Oh man, those are our friends, man. Jackie Owens and Stacy Green.
All right, Jackie and Stacy, how y'all doing? Be seeing you soon. What's going on, Scott Larson? Yeah. See, Scott Larson is on wrestlers with jumping beans in their drawers. Oh, man. Yeah, it was a great show this past Saturday. Man, I tell you, I appreciate Welby Gomez and Richard Ramos and host, Jackie Owens, who owns pretty much SWA, the building down there. Down there, man, like I said, they put on a great show. And man, let's just get on with it. I'll tell you what, it was fantastic. It was a fantastic night of wrestling. I have no complaints about it. And Danny Paris was there with me, and we have the thing recorded, and it's up on Carolina Wrestling Archives. I think Carolina Wrestling Archives over on YouTube is already up, and Chris watched it earlier. Danny Paris, you want to go ahead and give us a little bit about what you thought about it the other night? Just the beginning.
Well, Harry, I'm going to be honest with you. Going down there, I've researched the PWC group, and you could tell it was in heavy Spanish, and I was not sure if we were going to look at something that looked really close to Lucha Libre out of Mexico, or if we were going to look at something like Lucha Libre out of Puerto Rico. Two totally different things. And after watching this show, it's a combination of both with American style wrestling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was great. I mean, we was up there, and I mean, everybody, we've talking. It was a little, maybe a little communication problem, but English, our English got across pretty good. So, man, I wish Chris was there. He wasn't there, but he did get to see it, and it was an outstanding show. And so, man, let's go ahead and roll along. First match, man, we had Dark Star versus Caleb Crocker. Caleb, man, he was outweighed in this match, but this ended up being a great match. And Caleb, he wasn't just outweighed. I mean, Dark Star, man, he had the advantage with his strength, and pretty much he was throwing Caleb around there. Caleb was trying to get him with some hip toss earlier in the match. He tried to hip toss the big man.
That wasn't gonna work, man. Caleb needed to move, basically use his speed and quickness, man.
Exactly.
Come to find out, that only worked for so long, man.
Yeah. But that big joker, man, he was tossing Caleb around like a little sack of potatoes there for a while. I mean, and putting the boots to him, fists and everything he could. But Caleb, man, he started fighting back. I mean, he's no slouch. He definitely put in everything that he had and fought back in this match. Danny, you want to talk a little bit about that?
I'll tell you what, this year was had a lot of lucha in it.
Yes.
Dark Star is very tall, lanky. I don't know how, I'm not one to talk about nobody's body types, but when you 6'4" and weigh 180 pounds, you got the same problem that Kendall Windham and Sam Houston had.
Yeah, right. You just tall and straight up and down.
Yeah, he was like a big a spaghetti noodle.
Right.
But however, the match itself is, and in time he may feel out. But this match here was really good. Caleb Crocker, I mean, I like him as a heel. I sure do miss the valet at King Second, Mr. Larkin. I think she totally added to his package, his showmanship,
Right.
almost in a way that like Jimmy Garvin in the past. It's kind of what it sort of reminds me of. And if I was him, guys, if I was him, I'd hunt me another valet.
Yeah. That right there was, like you say, it was such a part of his persona. And so yeah, he probably he probably could use another valet or a manager or whatever. But if he goes with a manager, it's gonna have to be a change. It's gonna be something different, kind of like what Tully Blanchard went through. So we don't know if he can roll with that. But as far as getting back to the match, like I say, Caleb, he does bring a lot of excitement. As far as this Dark Star, he was tall, he's kind of lanky, but I think he's a little bit bigger than Kendall Windham. I won't put him on that, on that same scale. He's a little bit bigger than him. But as far as
weight wise,
weight
not height. Okay, I'm about to say not height.
No, not height wise, but weight wise, he's a little bit thicker than Kendall. Kendall probably, he probably got a 10, 15 pound weight mass on Kendall. But like I say, he seemed like a huge guy compared to Caleb, because he had him probably about 6-7 inches there, and Caleb just couldn't get a base to pretty much throw him down. But Caleb took to the air. And we know what happens when Caleb takes to the air. And Caleb was able to run at him and get some of those low drop kicks down while he had him down on the mat, man, and like on the knees and things. Yeah, and pretty much, like that, ended up pretty much taking him out, man. So so anything else you want to say on that, Chris, before I go ahead and give my?
It was a good match, man. Like I said, he just had to use his speed and quickness to wear that dude down, man.
Oh yeah,
because I mean, we all know Caleb Crocker. He's no slouch by no means necessary, but he wasn't gonna just fight this guy straight up and just try to manhandle him. That was not in the cards.
No, it wasn't. And
he had to take another route.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, Caleb might have not have won this match, but when he did end up getting in the air and being able to separate himself, because like I say, he got to that point where he started using the old stick and move. He would hit, kick, punch, and get out of there real quick. And Dark Star started catching up with it, and finally he was chasing him over to the following him over to the ring apron, where Caleb Crocker had some drinks that he was drinking on earlier. And I mean, Danny, remember Caleb Crocker came out there, he had a couple monster drinks.
Yeah, that kind of bothered me, because that was a big distraction. And,
right.
Not only that, guys, if you're drinking something, you get chopped in the chest, forearm, or hip toss, guess where the drink's going? Shoot up in there and all over the crowd.
Oh yeah. Well, that's one thing we did see. And Caleb, a couple times, man, he took a couple breaks there, Chris. And I know you saw it on the video. Took a couple breaks, went over there and got him a couple sips.
Excuse me for a minute, guys.
Third time he went over there, he grabbed a monster drink and he popped Dark Star upside the head, Danny. Knocked Dark Star out and got the pin, man. 1, 2, 3. Referee didn't see it. So Caleb Crocker got the win. 1, 2, 3, Danny.
That was probably the whole idea of him bringing the drink concept with him.
No doubt about it. And and I believe he actually needed that. He needed that drink, and he needed the drink, and he used that as a weapon, man. So 1, 2, 3, he knocked it out. So we got my man Christopher Burton there. Like I said, Chris, we just saw, man. We saw that. He knocked him out with the monster drink, man. So Caleb did what he had to do.
Hey, you know what, man? I'm like this, man. If you got to cheat to win, so be it, man.
Yeah, that's well.
Or if you just got to cheat to cheat, do what you got to do, man. Because
Yeah.
I promise you, many a times playing football. Oh yeah, in high school. I admit this now. I did some dirty stuff. You hear
Yeah.
me?
What did they say? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
Man,
You know,
what?
so-
Man, boy, man.
hey, Caleb Crocker, man, got the win. I gave it 3.5 stars. What about you, Danny?
I don't even remember. It was probably close to that. Probably about
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, Chris.
I give it a 3.
Yeah. Okay. 3. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and go with 3 because I did drop it down. I dropped it down 1 star after watching it on video, man. But like I said, watching it live and watching it on video, watching it on TV is different. So when they used to say back in the day when Bob Caudle and David Crockett, Tony Schiavone, Gordon Soley used to talk Lance Russell. They used to talk about there's nothing like watching it live. There's nothing like watching it live. There is a whole different experience watching it live. And these matches are gonna come. These matches are gonna come to you, and it's gonna be a different experience. They're gonna explode your mind, man. If you get in there and you see a good show, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. So we're gonna go ahead and go with 3 stars. It was a very good match. And Scott said Chris had to prove he was HBT's right hand man, literally. Yeah. All right, man. So all right, Chris, go ahead and answer some of our other Facebook users, buddy.
Let me see what we got going on here. Hold on. Jackie Owen said, "If you don't get caught, it's not cheating."
Yeah, that's true. Jack know all about cheating on him. No, that's what I'm pretty sure Stacey Green and some of the other people out here, man, Grace and some of the other ones, man, they'll look at Jack and say, you know all about cheating. But Jack, I understand what Jack's saying. All right.
Yeah, and my wife gives a shout out to Danny, you, and myself.
All right. What's going on?
She's on here watching. And Stacey Green says, we know that's your philosophy, Grandpa Jackie Owens. And Scott Green, Scott, he's on here.
All right. What's going on,
he's
Scott,
on here.
man?
And he says, hey, guys, get home in time to watch the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, our brother Scott Green, man, is our men. That's our brother right there. He's on, and Scott, he's not just a listener, not just following us on the podcast. He's a wrestler, man. He's a friend and one of the most popular guys out at SWA. But yes, man, this right here was a great night, man. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to move. I guess Chris will be back on. But the next match we had Special Focus versus Dynamic Dexter. And this this is another kind of like a mismatch. Special Forces, man. Special Focus. That is a huge guy, Danny.
Yeah,
big guy.
I thought he was called Special Forces.
Yeah, I thought it was Special Forces too, but it's Special Focus actually.
Oh well,
Special Focus.
I miscalculated that bad. So, but anyway, caught him the wrong thing.
Yeah, Special Focus versus Dynamic Dexter, and we know Dexter. Dexter is a small guy, but Dexter, very athletic guy. Kind of reminds me of the guy that was on AEW for a while there. What is his name, Chris? Let's see. And he was on Ring of Honor at one time before he came back, and he was working with Martin there for a minute there. Dang, the guy's name. I can't think of his name right now.
I have no idea who you.
But don't worry about it. But Dynamic Dexter, man. If I know a lot of people in the upstate who's probably watching us haven't seen Dynamic Dexter, but if you haven't, like I said, go over to YouTube, go Carolina Archives. What is it? Historic Archives, Danny?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Carolina Historic Archives.
Yeah, we'll post the link. And like I say, check this out, man. And Dynamic Dexter versus Special Focus. That was a pretty good match. And like I said, this Special Focus, big dude, man. A Puerto Rican guy, huge. What you think about him, Danny?
I'm going to tell you what. This guy, I don't know what nationality he is, and it doesn't matter, but he reminded me of back when you saw the Wild Samoan.
Yes.
Alpha, Sika, Kokina, Samu, Fatu. I would pursue this type of gimmick if that's what he's trying to do.
Right.
And he he moves really fast
Oh
for
yeah.
his size.
Oh yeah.
He's really mobile for his
Yes,
size.
he is.
So I fist bumped him on the way back to the locker room, and that's not something I really often do.
Right.
Acknowledged it, but I mean, I told him in so many words. For a guy your size, you move pretty doggone good.
Yeah. What if he would have attacked you, Danny? I don't know if I would have put fist bumped him or not. Because remember when he was in the ring, man, all the things he was doing with Dynamic Dexter, man. I said both of us was pretty much commenting that we wouldn't get in the ring with him. We wouldn't want to deal with him.
Me neither. Me neither. I mean, I guess I'd be up the creek without a paddle if he jumped on me because but hopefully he acknowledged that I'm trying to be impartial.
Oh yeah.
I'd had to be real stupid to provoke somebody like him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. Dynamic Dexter was trying to pick that big man up. Tried to hit him with a couple. He tried to hit him with a couple slams there, Chris, to start the match off.
Well, he just wanted to test and see. I'm sure he's been working out, and he was like, "Okay, I'm moved up a couple of pounds, and let me test my strength here."
That's like a flea trying to pick up an elephant.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Hey, he tried.
Yeah.
He wasn't successful, but the man did put forth an effort, so you can't fault him for that.
And I'll tell you what, for a minute there, man. Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
Anytime he does a David Goliath battle going like that, don't try to be foolish with something like that. Unless you got some sort of mass behind you to pick him up. Now, if he had 2 or 3 people in there trying to help him pick him up, I can see that, but not individually.
Yeah. Who said that, Chris? It looked like the guy
Scott Green.
Yeah, Scott. You're exactly right, Scott. And Jack, man, Jackie Owens said one of his legs bigger than Dexter's whole body, man.
That's true.
He was on the money. This dude looked like looked like Earl Campbell's legs, man, bigger than Earl Campbell's thighs, man. Tell you the truth, Chris, this Joker was huge. And basically at first, he looked at Dexter and he was like, okay, this guy can't do anything with me. He can't pick me up. He can't power move me. He can't do anything to move me. So he started just beating Dexter down, man, and throwing Dexter all over the ring there for a while, Chris. You saw it on video, man. What you think about
it? It was a typical David and Goliath setup.
Right.
It was a typical David and Goliath setup. And Dexter, like I said, he wanted to try his strength at a time or two, and it just didn't work out for him. You need to stick and move.
No
chop
doubt.
the big man down, work them legs, work them knees, and them legs go, you can't stand up. And then, okay, it's a level playing field.
Yeah,
but
and eventually,
Dexter
got it.
Yeah, he finally got him, man, because he realized, okay, I can do power moves on other people, but this ain't gonna work. This is like me trying to wrestle a brick wall. It ain't happening.
Yeah, Dexter got very smart.
He got smart. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he got very smart. Started chopping the big man down. I mean, he kicking him in those calf muscles, man. Start beating him down. Start doing some great moves, man. Start doing a lot of great aerial stuff that knocked at first, man. At first, it didn't knock Special Focus back, man. Special Focus was just standing there, man, like boom, like what in the world are you doing? And then it started knocking him back, Danny.
Oh yeah, really good match.
Yeah, it was. But I went ahead and I gave that match 2.5 stars, man. Wait a minute. Yeah, 2.5 stars. It was a good match. Dexter fought smart. I like that.
Yeah, I gave it a 2. I gave it a 2. I really looked at this thing, man. With a whole nother eye, man. I was like, I give it a 2.
All right. Okay. Cool. Let's see. But for some reason, you guys can't see it. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Chris, you don't see Missy Childers? She said she's commenting on the thing, but we can't see it.
No, I am not seeing her comments anywhere on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm not seeing her comments. Now I do see her comments on on the broadcast StreamYard, but not on not in Facebook.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, Missy, we was having troubles there for some reason. My internet is acting up, and I mean, I have some people right across the street, and Chris can tell you that we got 2 or 3 houses, and they right there on that line, man, with the AT&T line. And I think that's having something to do with some interference here. So that might be the reason. So if anybody's in here and they trying to put comments on and they can't get through, that's probably the reason, because like I said, I had trouble and I had to go to my phone instead of using my iPad.
Yeah, but if I'm not seeing it on Facebook, it might be on their end. So
yeah, sorry about that. So wow. So man, but yeah, I gave it 2.5 stars. Chris, you go ahead and went ahead and gave it 2 stars. Danny, what'd you get that match?
I'll give it 2.5.
Okay, 2.5. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep it at 2.5 stars. I thought it was a really good match. And Dynamic Dexter, he finished him off with that senton. He hit that on special focus, man. So I thought he did a really good job. And like I said, he fought smart, and he did take over that offense there, and which pretty much shocked me, because special focus, you would think special focus would just decimate this man, but a Dynamic Dexter, he's not a stranger to fighting big man, because he done had Big Jackson Sane come out of him too, Chris. So pretty much anybody that Dynamic Dexter go against, he's gonna be at a disadvantage size wise. You know that. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So next, man, we had Ryan Staples versus DK Van Duke. And this DK Van Duke, I like him. I definitely like Ryan Staples. This right here was a very good match, Chris.
Yeah, it was, man. It was. I mean, both guys were roughly about the same size, so it was really no true disadvantage as far as build wise or body wise or anything like that. And my first time seeing was it Van Duke?
Yes,
Van Duke. My first time ever seeing him or any of these guys. But yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I really thought it was a thorough match, and they definitely worked. They definitely showed you how to work.
No doubt. What'd you think about Van Duke, Danny?
Very impressed. I mean, he had nobody did ask him. I brought it up on commentary. He had a AAA logo on his trunks.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Wonder, see, they're just like in Mexico over here. There are independents, and plus there's CMLL and IWRG and AAA. Those are your major promotions, televised wise. I'm wondering if he's done some sort of independence in Mexico, because he's obviously very sharp. I mean, but I mean, you just can't go over there and just order that or what have you. And so obviously I'm thinking he's trying to make inroads to get into AAA probably, but he's
right,
very good. I mean, and by the way, I was going to say, I don't know what PWC's TV situation is as far or whatever, but Puerto Rico right now still does have the IWA, I think it is, and the WWC, which is Carlitos Colon's promotion.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I'm sorry here.
Yeah, I said right.
Yeah, I think this PWC over there is trying to become a very strong independent, kind of like an ROH type of thing. But obviously they're just trying to get their foothold. They're not there yet as far as having the major stamp of, but they're putting forth their efforts are tremendous. If you guys follow what I'm trying to say, they're making the right inroads.
Oh yeah.
Become a force, but right now they're not a threat.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, they're definitely on their way. They have some great talent over there with people like DJ Van Du, Special Focus, Dark Star, who we've already talked about, especially Bad Squad, who we're about to talk about. And man, this Vari Morales, who we're going to talk about, very special talent. So they definitely have a lot of talent, and they have talent that wasn't there. And I mean, people that we haven't saw and that I have saw on video that wasn't there that night. So if you in the upstate of South Carolina and there's a PWC show, because they're gonna have some more shows here in down in Eastern Ollie, Georgia, definitely come out and check them out. And usually they run out of Gainesville, but they have a lot of talent. And I tell you what, they are on their way. And I like the way they're mixing it up. They're they here and they combining with a lot of the American stars here on the indie scene, and they're looking good. But go ahead, Larissa Childs asked a question.
Yeah, she was just asking a question.
Larissa Childers, I'm sorry. Larissa. Go ahead.
She's on our YouTube page, and she's asking, will there be a place to watch the show? Sorry if you've answered that.
Yeah, Larissa, you definitely can watch the show. We'll put the link. As soon as we finish with this show, we're gonna put a link there, and you will be able to go to it, and you'll be able to watch it on YouTube because it's up there, and you'll be able to hear my loud voice, and you'll be able to hear Danny Paris, commentating. But we was there, and it was a great night of wrestling. So definitely would like for you. We definitely would send it out so you and your whole family, our friends, the Childers, get to check this thing out. So. Let's get back to the Ryan Staples versus DK Van Do match. Very good match, man. This DK Van Do, he likes those arm drags, Danny. I mean, he really liked to hit those arm drags, and he hit them very well. I mean,
He's very technically sharp.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, with them arm drags, it reminded me of your man, Harry Steamboat.
No doubt. Ricky Steamboat, man. Anytime I see somebody hit those things perfect like that, man, hey,
I know you was up there. I know you were trying to hold it back, boy. You probably shed a tear too, boy. Reminded you about 1975, boy. You like, man, yeah, I miss it.
He hit a pretty good bit of those things on. I think, like say, at the beginning of it, he had like 3 or 4 early in that match, and then he hit a couple more. He had like 2 or 3 more later on in that match, and he did some things, man. Taking Ryan Staples to the ropes and Staples coming off, and man, he's hitting them with a couple sideboard suplexes and things like not suplexes, but sideboard slams and things like that. So this guy, man, DK Van Do, young guy, definitely has a great future ahead. He can get up in that air, man. Definitely wrestle that. He was wrestling that Lucha Libre style. But Ryan Staples, man, he likes to stay on the ground, and he can get up and fly a little bit too. Oh, and he started delivering some shots, man, and went out the midsection of Van Do to slow him down, which was a very smart move. A lot of kicks and a lot of punches inside the midsection, and a very vicious, man, with some of the things that he was able to do as far as getting some of those backdrops, man, and things that he ended up putting on DK Van Do. So Ryan Staples looked strong, and he always looks strong, man. And so
Ryan Staples is no slouch, man.
No
none
doubt.
of these guys are slouches.
Heck no.
And I really was thoroughly impressed with this match, man. Yeah. I gave this one 3.5, man. It was good.
Yeah, I gave it 3.5 stars. What about you, Danny?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I gave this somewhere around 3 stars.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and keep it at 3.5 stars. So 3. Yeah, we had 2 3.5s and 3 stars. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it at 3.5 stars. This was a very good match, and DK Van Do got the win, right, Danny?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
Now, and Stacy Green says their next show will be September the 3rd at SWA Arena.
Okay.
So fans, if you are anywhere in that area and you want to see some Lucha Libre style wrestling, September the 3rd is your chance down in Eastern Ollie, Georgia, at the SWA Arena. Yeah,
we definitely will be reminding you of that, because most likely we will be there. Part of the crew, me, Chris, and Danny. Just it might be a couple of us, but most likely
we're free. I think we're free that night here.
Yeah, well, most likely all 3 of us will be there. So definitely come out and check it out. September the 3rd. We will be there, and man, it only could get better from here. And that crowd, it wasn't a huge crowd that night, but that like 50 people, man, made that thing seem like it was 250, 300 people. Like I say, the atmosphere in that arena, you can't beat it, Chris. You can't beat it. You know that. It's unbelievable.
Man, no. Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
I don't understand how it just shocks me, man, that crowd just for stays up the whole time, man. From the
Yeah.
time the first bell rings to the last bell, it's just energy throughout that building nonstop, man. I mean,
Yeah.
those fans bring it. They
No
will.
doubt.
If you ain't got no energy, I promise you, you can feed off the fans because they got plenty to spare.
Yeah,
Harry,
and
I'm
I'll
gonna
tell
make
you
a
what. Go ahead, Danny. Sorry.
I'm sorry. It just dawned on me. Next week, the SWA is back in East Denali. Also,
Okay.
this is the difference, I think, which could help PWC because the marketing over here is a little different. His ticket prices were $7 and $10,
Okay.
and Jackie's tickets are always $5.
Well, sometimes I think last time Jackie
Oh,
was
well, they went up for
that
the
big show was
Yeah, that
$10.
big
right,
show.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that was for justifiable reason because it was a stacked show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it was.
But now I would say if I was PWC, I would actually tell them, hey, look, we're going to follow their ticket price format of $5 because then it would support twice a month, maybe 3 times a month the wrestling down there. But I think it does kind of throw people off when they say, oh, well, this show's a little higher than the other show. I mean, just take the risk, I would say, because I feel like if he had it at Jackie's pricing point, plus he already had some people that they didn't know who they were, even though they're talented, and they have a great SWA crew helping support it. I predict if he went to that his crowd would probably double or triple.
Probably so. You know, that's a good point to make, Danny. But it being a different show like PWC, I mean, and you bringing in this different kind of talent. I mean, sometimes you do want to put a little bit higher price point, but it does have to be advertised that way, and it does have to be marketed to the people to get, it does have to come across to them why that's happening, because people are gonna you're right. People are gonna look at it and say, why is it a little bit more? But it's definitely worth it, and somebody have to get out there, and that's why you got to have a publicist. Somebody has to get out there and tell people why it's worth it. But like I say, we put out, continue to put out content like this, and if they get to see these videos and things, they're gonna say, hey, it's worth it to go see that show. But that's just another thing to get into a little bit later. But let's go ahead and go on with the show. Yeah, so the next one, as far as, let me go back to that crowd. We talking about the crowd. Like I said, Chris talking about all that energy and all the energy staying up. And our last commenter said the next one is September the 3rd at SWA Arena. My girl Stacey Green, she is the ringleader. Her and her friend Grace Todd, they are the ringleaders. They will keep this thing rumbling, man. I'm telling you. And Stacey, she definitely has the spirit that, but the American Dolls are gonna keep you involved in this thing, man. The American Dolls have this thing bumping up there, down there in East Denali, Georgia. So definitely come down and check it out. I mean, whether it's PWC or it's SWA Wrestling, definitely come check it out. So next, man, we had Bad Squad. Now, Bad Squad, they do perform when SWA is in town, and they perform when PWC in town. You have to see this team if you haven't seen them. They are the best. I can tell you that right now. They are like one of the best teams. We've seen some very good teams out here on the indie scene, Chris, but Bad Squad Bad Squad is on another level, man. We definitely have to say that.
Yeah, they are on another level, man. We know what they can do, because I remember the first time I saw them, man. I literally was like, "Oh my God, who are these big behemoths here?"
Oh yeah,
I mean, them jokers. I was like, I didn't know they growing that big in Puerto Rico, man. I'm like, what in the world, man? I'm like, good Lord. And when they got in the ring, I was like, why these guys aren't on AEW, NWA, ROH? I'm like, these guys have so much talent, man. And
they do.
Bad Squad, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you now. If you've never seen Bad Squad, you are missing out on something, on an excellent tag team. And
no doubt.
I am not just saying it to hype them up, but legitimately, they are a excellent tag team that is must see.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Down your tongues. What the Harry, slow down your tongues, outrunning your lips. I love the excitement. I want to go to the show now. Hey, Scott, next time we go, man, we'll try to get you down, man. I'm telling you, we'll some kind of way get you down because you have got to check these. You have got, especially Bad Squad, you got to check them out. You got to check out everybody at this show. And like I say, we're about to put this thing up so everybody can check it out. But man, Bad Squad is something else. And before we talk about this match, man, if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, join, and definitely, like I say, share it with your friends. If you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share. If you're on YouTube, Twitter, you hit that like, tweet, and retweet. And like I say, join us over there on Twitter, man. So definitely check it out. But we had Bad Squad versus State of Emergency. State of Emergency, this team right here, very good team. And these guys pretty much almost match Bad Squad size-wise, Chris.
Yes, they did, man. Yes, they did.
Especially Drops. So it was Bad Squad versus State of Emergency, Drops, and Jackson Carter. This right here was a very good match, Chris.
It was, man. It put me in the mind frame of almost like, who was it last time we were there? Not Hunico.
I know you're talking about, but I can't think of the name.
The tag team that Bad Squad wrestled last time. It put me in the mind of that, but just they were bigger.
They was bigger. Yeah,
that's the and you know how good that last one was. So when I saw this one, I was like, "Good Lord!" I'm like, "It's whew." I'm like, these. I don't think they ever have a bad match, man. I really don't.
They don't. And I tell you what, they tried to keep Alex Delta in that ring, man. They had a plan. And I mean, Jackson Carter and Drox, man, came out. And Jackson Carter and Drox at the time had the titles. They had the PWC tag team titles. They beat Bad Squad last time, the last show before this one, and took the titles. And Bash, and that's a task within itself, man. That is a huge task. But Bad Squad was going back for their titles. The State of Emergency, man, they had a plan, and they pretty much keeping the powerhouse, the stronger of the two, out of the ring. Drox and Jackson Carter, they was putting it on Alex Delta for a while, man. Then, Alex Delta finally got over there, and he tagged out to his partner, man, who got in the ring. And, man, Richard Ramos went off, and then they got a hold of him, and it took a while before he got out of the ring. They was beating him down, Chris.
Man, that's smart tag team wrestling, man. Cut off the ring, man. Yeah. Keep your opponent in there longer than they want to be in there and beat them down. Quick tags, in and out. Don't let them tag their partner, man. And if their partner get in, hey, kick them off the apron and double team the legal man. It's simple tag team 101.
Yeah, Danny Paris. What you think about it? Yeah, talk to us a little bit about this match, man.
This was good, man. This thing is good. These guys kind of the Bad Squad kind of. I'm going to probably give you the wrong vibe, but they kind of remind me of the young Steiner brothers. Because they come in and just eat you up. The way Rick and Scott did when they were very popular,
right?
In the WCW days. But these guys can move. We saw these guys twice, and like Chris said, 2 different matches, but so far they're on a roll.
Yeah, they are. But wow, like I say, as far as I, the way I look at it, I kind of like they look like a barbarian warlord type deal, Chris. I mean, the speed. Like Richard kind of reminds me of the way Barbarian went at people. Probably Warlord and Alex Delta remind me kind of like of a Barbarian with his speed and all that. Man, these guys, that's the way they come off to me. A team like that, they just come in, they just overpower you, and they take care of business real fast. I mean, they do it in a quick manner. And they overwhelm their opponents. And even when they battling against somebody like Drox and Jackson Carter, like I said, who was a very good compliment to this team. Mm-hmm. And these guys are huge. They was able to take back what they had gave. Jackson Carter and Drops took a lot from these two, but these two took a lot from them. So man, it was a battle of attrition, and Bad Squad came out on top, man. But go ahead, Chris. Go ahead and answer a couple of viewers here. Bad Squad is going places. Who said that?
Yeah, that was Jackie Owens. Jackie
I kind of figured it was Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie said they're going places, man. And,
no doubt.
I can't not deny it.
Yeah. As far as
you see these guys, you see these guys, you definitely know they have that ick factor.
Yeah. And go ahead, Chris.
And Stacy Green said their little minion Kenneth Beckner couldn't help him this time.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I tell you, man. Out of all the people we've seen, we look at somebody like Chase Embry, and we say, okay, Chase can go, he's going far. I put these guys on the same level, man. As Chase, Zuka King, people like that. These guys, man, to just, as far as the young guys. I mean, of course, we look at somebody like Chris Thunder Anderson, who's, old, one of the old veterans who definitely could be out there. Somebody like somebody like Nick Fury or somebody like that, who definitely, one of these guys who should have been out there. But as far as the young guys, man, the team like Bad Squad, Luka Daniels, people like that, Chase Emery, these guys, man, are right there on the cusp, of shouldn't being on in the NWA Power, man, Impact, what is the Ring of Honor, definitely, man, definitely. If Ring of Honor ever get that thing together, because we don't know what's going on with Ring of Honor after
that's a whole nother story.
That craziness earlier today.
Tony Khan, man.
No doubt about it. But like I said, man, Jackson Carter and Drops, they put in some work in this match.
Mm-hmm.
I was very impressed with those two. But hey, Bad Squad took care of business, man. And they started picking these guys up just like they pick everybody else up, and started using those power moves that they usually do to finish this match off, man. And I gave this match a 4.5 stars, Chris.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Definitely an easy 4.5, easy on that.
Yeah, Danny, what you think about this match?
Yeah, 4 stars.
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and roll with that 4.5 stars, man, for a Bad Squad over State of Emergency. And I can't wait till we go ahead and put the link here. I'm gonna put the link as soon as I finish this video. Put the link. So if you're gonna watch I was gonna say Ring of Honor, but if you're gonna watch AEW Dynamite or whatever, after you watch AEW Dynamite, go over and check out that video, or you can check it out tomorrow or whenever, at your convenience. But it's up on YouTube. And man, it was an exciting night of wrestling, and we put the link on. We put the link right here at Straight Up Wrestling Show.
Yes.
But
yes.
Man, we love being connected with this. Because man, it's something very exciting to see, and we definitely like bringing this action to you and talking about it. So
because it's something different, it's something new.
Yeah, no doubt.
And how many times in independent wrestling do you actually see cross-brand promotion?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
Not very often. In independent wrestling. So this is something great, man. I'm loving the heck out of this, man. I really am.
Yeah. Who was this Facebook user said I finally agree with something you said?
That was who was it? That was Jackie Owens agreeing with Scott Green. Good God Almighty. Somebody take a picture of that, because that'll never happen again.
Well, I tell you what, these two are at each other's throats, and man, I mean, Scott Green got attacked last week in the SWA arena, and Josh had to come in there and say, "Scott, are you okay, man?" So we don't know what went down. So we don't know if Jack did this, and I don't know if
somebody else. I don't know.
Went into his bad Jack. I mean, because he's Jackie to us, Chris.
Yeah.
That's our friend. He's Jackie to us, even though, like, I mean, he's still our brother, just like Scott is our brother. I know they have a little disagreement and everything like that. Might have to have a mediator. The Straight Up Wrestling crew might have to, we might have to come in between these guys and say, you guys going to have to work this thing out, man, because, we're not going to pick sides. So I don't know if Jackie did this or not, man, but somebody got jumped over there.
Man, you might have done it, Harry.
Hey man, I'm not gonna jump Scott, man. I mean, Scott gave me this nice flag, man. This American flag. He's a patriot. I'm a patriot. You a patriot. Danny a patriot. And like I said, I'm not gonna jump.
Well, man, look. As far as I know, that man might have owed you some money or something back in the day. I don't know, man. But I know. I saw the video. Scott was laid out in the middle of the ring in the arena, man. I was like, what? I'm like, okay, did he trip and fall, blow out his knee? But he was laying on top of a daggum chair. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I hope he okay, man. But if they find out who did it, man, I feel bad for him because Scott gonna be coming for you.
Yeah, I hear you, Danny. Did you see that? Did you see that video?
I did not.
In the ring. Oh
No.
yeah. All right. So after the match, man, and let's go ahead and go to some of these some of this. Chris, go ahead and answer some of these Facebook users before we go to our last match.
Okay, man. Stacy said Grandpa did it. So you know what she's saying now, man. You know what she's saying.
I knew it had to be Stacy or Grace, man, that was call Jackie or Grandpa, but you know, I'm just like, wow, man. But who knows if Jackie did it or not? Jackie, maybe he'll confess up to it or whatever. But
yeah, and Scott said he don't know what happened.
Yeah,
he just said he was laid out and he don't know what happened, man. So I was like, wow.
Yeah, somebody say I just want my rematch for the North American Championship because Cartel decided not to show up. Who didn't decide to show up? Cattle?
Yeah, that is good.
I don't know who that is. Maybe it was misspelled there. So somebody, you know, whoever said that, maybe they'll come back and say what they were saying. I don't know what happened. Yeah. We had an eyewitness. Okay, so we had an eyewitness. Oh man, so that's pretty much crazy. So the last match, Danny, we had Curtis Coleman versus before that, after the Bad Squad versus State of Emergency match. After the match, some of the fans started chanting, "Bad Jack sucks." And Bad Jack was in there. Bad Jack was pretty much regulated to being a ring announcer during this show. So, man, I don't know if Bad Jack really deserved that this night, Danny.
No, the other thing I was going to say, they got onto him bad, probably justified. The one thing I was going to say, the lady, Stacy was talking about the little man at ringside. I forget his name a while ago, but she just said it.
Oh, Jody?
The little small fella.
Oh, Vector. Kate Vector. Kenneth
Vector.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what's the truth. I don't know if he was hungry or what Saturday night, but he ate a super kick.
Oh yes, he did.
Oh my God.
Yes, he did, man.
One.
Whoa.
And
yes, he did.
He didn't look too good on the way going to the locker room.
Yeah, didn't Vari hit him with that in the next match?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
It was Vari in the next match. So let's go ahead and hit the main event. Our main event, we had Curtis Coleman versus Vari Morales. This was a great match, Chris. This match right here was outstanding.
Yeah, outstanding. Man. And Curtis, man, every time, I don't know, man. Curtis, he always brings out his best stuff, man. He always bringing out something. We were like, okay, Curtis, what are you going to do to top this? He's like, I got something for you. And he always does it every time, man. Curtis is an amazing, amazing athlete, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to tell you, if y'all get the chance, whenever Curtis Coleman is on the bill, go see that man. He is worth every penny. I promise you.
I think tonight Curtis was the bad guy. And
he was. He got booed a good bit too.
Yeah, usually he's a good guy. But he is, for his size, guys, he does a lot of moonsaults.
Yes.
Shooting start press. He does a lot of things cruiserweights can't do.
Yeah, flying body smashes off the doggone off the ropes, man.
That man, he's a big man. What do you think? He's probably about what? Maybe 280. 280.
280.
Yeah. And doing stuff that Rey Mysterio can do, man. That is amazing, man.
Yeah, wait till you see this guy. Everybody, man, check him out. Curtis Coleman or something else. CC, my man CC. devastating, and very vicious in this match, Chris. He was very vicious.
Oh, I mean, I don't doubt it at all, man. We've seen Curtis when he gets ticked off, what can happen.
Yeah.
And when he gets ticked off, it ain't pretty. And I mean, that's like, Harry, I've seen you mad. I mean, Curtis getting pissed off is just a little level above you when you mad. Yeah. So I mean, come on, man.
I tell you, man, he's something special. And I tell you, this Vari Morales, great, man. Outstanding.
Now that guy right there, wow. Hats off to you, sir.
Well, I tell you what, Curtis told me, I ain't gonna really say what Curtis told me. We talked a little bit before the match, but Curtis he attacked this man. Curtis attacked this man before the match, and now
Harry, do you got proof of this? Or you just making up something to just?
Hey, it's on video, man. I had forgot about it. It's on video. It's on that video.
I'm gonna have to go back and look. Man.
Didn't he attack him, Danny?
Of course. I mean, Chris been drinking. I mean, what's he been talking all kind of crazy stuff tonight?
Well, Chris was so
I'm drinking water.
Okay, Chris was so into the match. Chris must have not heard when we said when the match finally, because the bell rung and the match was already going, Chris. The bell rung. They said, ring the bell. So you might have not paid attention to that part, but Curtis jumped this man. He jumped this man and beating the living slop out of him. And I tell you what, it gave Curtis an advantage. Curtis don't need no extra advantage, man. And Curtis worked Vari, and I mean, and he grounded that man. And Vari's strength is in the air. But when Vari got in the air, it was a whole different ball game.
Oh, I'm sure.
Guess what? Curtis went to the air. That big man say, anything that you can do, I can do. So Curtis went to the air too. So it was like a doggone it was like a 347, man. Woo! Going up against a jet plane after a while. And man, Curtis, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking Curtis. I'm like, Curtis gonna win this match. Curtis gonna beat this dude, man. But hey, that Vari Morales, he put on a show, man. But I tell you what, Curtis Coleman hitting those moonsaults, man. And one time off the ropes, he hit a 360. He tried a 360 moonsault and he missed it. But he hit it. I mean, he hit it, but he hit the mat. Unbelievable, man. Those dives was unbelievable. But Vari with those flying elbow smashes, drop kicks, man, was fantastic. I mean, he hit some flying elbows, man, and because like I said, he had to come with some brutality and hit those drop kicks perfect to knock Curtis over into over to turnbuckles and things like that to really get the big man down. He worked Curtis down, and it was a fantastic match. Danny, you want before we say a few things on some of these comments, you want to go ahead and say a few words, Danny?
All I'm gonna say is Morales is a little small. I mean, I really think we're seeing it trend back to where you're getting some middleweights, light heavyweights in there, but you need to bulk up. But I'll always say that about those certain guys of that size due to the injury rate. And but as far as both of them going there, both of them really good competitors. Morales, this is the question I wonder, guys. When you got that style, even Rey Mysterio style, where you're going 100 miles an hour and you're flipping and flying and diving, this and that and the other, and you're planning on being in this game for a long, long time, can you still do it when you hit a certain age? I'm hoping this young man right now does not hit a burnout level, because I'll give you a quick example since we're on the subject of Lucha Libre. Take a recent match, Google it, YouTube it, a recent match or so of Mil Mascara still wrestling in the ring. Does Mil Mascara still hit the planchas and the drop kicks and the body press? And he does, and he still does it, but he's lightened his schedule up where he doesn't have as many matches per month. And also he picks and chooses where he hits these sequence of flying moves. So and that's just probably because of age and injuries. And what I'm getting at, guys, is Ryan Morales, please don't burn both ends of the candle.
Well, the thing is this, Danny. The last time I saw him, I mean, well, that's not the last time I saw Mascaras, but I can go back 20 years ago when Mascaras was in. He came to WCW for a match, and Mascaras he could not get up like he used to back then. So, I was really surprised that he's still wrestling up to this age that he's wrestling now. He's 79 years old. He's still going at it. But, he definitely couldn't get up. So, I mean, a lot of these styles, man, that these guys bringing, that's just what they learned. And we did talk about that yesterday. We talked about that on the Roundtable Rumble, Run Emerson's Roundtable Rumble. And we talked about this subject. We went around the table, and it's like seven of us. And we talked about this same subject that you're talking about right now. A lot of these guys, man, you look at people like Darby Allin.
Prime example, Rey Mysterio, 20 years in the game, still doing it. Ray is got to be in his 40s by now.
Yeah, he's in his 40s. He's a little bit older than you.
And still doing it. Still doing it. So you basically really, you can tweak your style a little bit and still do it, but you really have to exercise more, do a ton of stretching, and keep your body in tip-top shape.
Yeah,
I mean, literally tip-top shape. You just can't go out and be like, oh, after a show, oh, we got to drive 100 miles. Let's go eat Waffle House every time.
Yeah,
no.
And guys, I hate to say this, locally, he's been around here locally, but he's also traveled some. Chris Hamrick is 56 years old.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Chris was that old.
Yeah. Wow. Chris is 56 years old, 2 years older than me. And when he works out, it's basically on a bicycle or he runs or it's aerobic type. But at his age, due to the fact, the way he works out, and he's never been really hurt per se a lot, he's able to still fly around when he does his matches.
Yeah.
He's one of those type of guys that's drastically cut back on a schedule.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you have to continue to work out at that age. I mean, you just do. I mean, even if you're not wrestling, I don't wrestle, but I was an athlete. I was an athlete. I did a lot of sports. I boxed, I played football, I played basketball, I ran track. So I did a lot, and all those injuries are there. And I feel those injuries if I don't continue to work out the way I work out. I work out 2 times a day. So, I mean, 2 times a day, I usually work out. Usually try to get a 30-minute workout in on the bike, and I do a lot of free weights. So I still got to do that because, that and working physical job. After I got out of school and everything like that, I worked a physical job, and sometimes I did, and sometimes I didn't. Now I don't. Man, I still feel those injuries. I get up, it's a different way, and I'm pretty sure, man, it has to be very hard on these wrestlers' bodies. If it's hard on mine, and I'm older than you, Danny. I'm 55 years old, so hey. I mean, I'm feeling it. So I'm pretty sure somebody like Jack definitely got to be feeling it. He's the same age. He's 55 years old, too. So he's not the only old grandpa on there. I don't have any grandchildren, so I'm not a grandpa. But still, I mean, man, it's a lot of these guys, huge impact on their bodies. Vari Morales, he's a young guy. We don't know how long he's going to be in this game. And when it comes to his size, he's about the size of Caleb Crocker. So I have no problem with his size. I think he's going to be fine and all that. So, but let's go ahead and get into this. Yeah, go ahead and get into this match, man. Talk about we just already talked about the Curtis.
Yeah, we just go ahead and rate it.
Vari Morales match, and Vari he hit Curtis. He kicked. He won the match with a super kick. He super kicked. He super kicked Cannon Vector. And then he super kicked Curtis Coleman and pretty much knocked him out and won the match. So at least I think he did. So that's 5 stars. I give that match 5 stars, Chris.
Yeah, I definitely give 5 stars. And Stacy said you don't look that old. And,
I appreciate that, Stacy. That's what everybody's amazed at that.
Yeah, if you grow out your beard, show them grays, you might, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I've done that too, Chris. I've done that too. And people, you know, I go up to Walmart and stuff like that. There's people don't come up, and I had to put in my age on certain things, man. And they be like, you 50, you know, just when I was 53, 54, you 54, you know, yeah. You know, they like, you don't look at them. Like, no, I don't, but I am. You know.
And Scott says, Harry, you know, you 55 going on 35.
Hey, yeah. Hey, man, it's all about, like, say, how you treat yourself, and you know, it's, man, you know, it's just a lot. It takes a lot of work, and you know, sometimes, man, you know, but like I say, my body feels it sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. It just, that's just the way it is. Yeah. And people like hanging around people like Chris, who's 10 years younger than me. Maybe that's the key. You know, I hung around with Chris. We had a couple other friends that we hung around with, and I looked exactly the same age as they did, and everybody thought we was all the same age. But you know, I was older than them. You know, we, you know, when ever since Chris got out of high school, man, you know, right, his senior year, we've been hanging out with each other. But you know, I was 10 years older than those guys, hanging out with them and everything. So, but you know, hey, good man upstairs, the good Lord, you know, hey, it's all on him. You know, he's the one did it. But hey, it's all right for somebody like Jack to be 55 too. And if you think Jack look 55, that's fine, man. But you know, hey, we love our brother, man, just the same. But man, that was a great night of action. That was a 5-star match. And that
definitely was a 5-star match. That was
as far as the card go, man, I'm gonna have to give that night. I'm gonna give that night 4 stars, Chris.
I give it 4.5. I give it 4.5.
You gonna give it 4.5? What about you, Danny?
I'd give about 3 3/4. I mean, it was.
We don't give no quarters, man. We got to be 3.5, Danny, at least.
Oh, you don't do the quarters?
No, we don't do that. We tried that a couple times.
We don't settle for chump change.
Yeah.
All right, 3.5.
All right. Well,
it was a very good show.
Chris gave it 4.5. I gave it 4. You gave it 3.5. So it's 4 stars, brother.
Not a bad night. Not a bad night at all.
No, it wasn't.
Only thing about it, he clocked in a little over 2 hours. A lot of time shows. I'm a sticker on everything. 2 hours and I think 8 minutes we were there from bell to bell. You always want to give them, no matter what you're charging them, give them 2 hours at least.
Danny, I'm not always going to say that, Danny. I'm not going to say that. It was 1 hour and 37 minutes. The show ended in 1 hour and 37 minutes, and it ended up being a great show. So, you know, my whole thing about it is this, and I've said this plenty times before at other shows that we've been at, and I've seen promoters try to push that thing to 3 hours. I've seen them, you know, push it with 2 hours, you know, try to push it to 3 hours. They only had 5 matches. There was 5 matches here, and I remember back in the day going to the Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling over at the Greenville Auditorium, and it started at 8 o'clock. Man, we was out of there at 9:15, 9:30. Everybody was happy, you know. So as long as you gave me good matches and it was exciting and everything like that, man, I was happy to get out of there early, man, and hitting the local Burger King or whatever it was, you know, hitting the local joint that I could go in and I could get me some good food or whatever, sit down, man, going to Applebee's or whatever it was. I love that. It didn't always have to be 2 hours. It did not. I mean, you know, yes, you always want to give people more than they bargained for, but don't try to stretch something out when, you know, always give quality over quantity. Always. So, you know, as far as, you know, I think they was trying to give him 2 hours, Danny, to tell you the truth, but he just didn't have that. I mean, of course, could have did some kind of gimmick match, like, you know, we've seen that where they do a gimmick match with the rest of the people that they have, and they bring them in, and then they come in, and all of them is mashed in together. But this was a perfect night, perfect way to end that night, in my opinion, by ending it the way it did. And before, and it's not on the video, Danny, and you know it was a brawl before the first match. So DK got jumped. DK Van Du got jumped early in the night, Chris. It's not on the video. He got jumped, and there was a lot of people out there. It was a brawl, so we had that. So it ended right, man. We didn't have to have any more surprises. But as far as I'm pretty sure they had planned on putting a little bit more extra time in that, Danny. But it ended perfect. Go ahead, Chris. You want to?
Scott says I want to watch it. Listen, I will give the pre-watch score 4 stars.
All right. Well, Scott, you about to watch it, man, because we're gonna.
And then he said he gives your excitement 10 stars. So he hey, they ready to watch it, man. So we got to get out of here.
Yes,
we got to load that thing up because they dying to see it, man. They dying to see
no
it.
doubt. But appreciate everybody chiming in. Definitely appreciate my man Scott Green.
Yes.
Love you, brother. We appreciate my man Jackie Owens. Same thing. We love you too, brother. Appreciate Stacey Green, my girl Stacey Green. Appreciate that young lady. And we definitely, man, let's appreciate our brother Scott Larson, man. Our
And
fellow
Missy Childress for chiming in.
Larissa Childress, Chris Thunder Anderson, if he's watching too, Luke Childress, Dylan Childress, all of them out here, man, checking us out, and everybody else, man, who checked this thing out. We definitely appreciate it. And for my man Christopher Burton, the People's Podcaster, and Danny Paris, the man with the plan, the commentator who's been around since the early 90s.
Yes, the man who was on A&E Lex Luger biography.
Yes.
Oh, wow,
My man went national. My man went national.
Yes.
Danny Paris, he's on that A&E biography. Only a small clip, but he's on there. And he's commentating Lex Luger's last match. So, man, that is great. That is something great to have on your biography, and so that's on Danny's bio, man. So
that's a big feather in your resume, man. That's a big
no
feather.
doubt about that.
I think it was one of his last matches.
Yeah, one of his last matches. Oh, okay, cool.
It might not have been the exact last, but it probably was, because that night there he was not getting around good at all. I called a good 10 matches at his last match.
Okay.
I mean, I did do that now. I mean, I've got them filmed and what have you to back it up, and I can say this, guys, on a personal note, I was glad that happened, and but when I first met him, I was afraid this guy was going to be pompous, and he was not. I mean, he was extremely nice. It's super nice. I was shocked. I mean, he kind of gave you the air when you first met him, because I'm back at a show in Georgia somewhere. I'm writing down the lineup and getting everything right. He wants to know where he is on the card. And he was shockingly way beyond nicer than I thought. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe this, because I was going to just tell him what I had to tell him and get on about my way. But he was a super nice guy. And still is. And Harry, before we sign off, we've got to talk about Saturday night.
Oh, this Saturday? Okay, all right. So, Andy, let's go ahead and get these two in real quick. Friday night, we're going down to Chester, APW Chester.
Yes.
So the first time we go, Chris and I venturing down here. Danny has been plenty times before, but we want to see that great action in Chester, South Carolina. So definitely, man, if you in that area, come on out. Chris and I, we're going to be there, man, because I'm telling you what, they selling out shows.
We've heard a lot about it, and we're going to go check it out. We're going to see what the fuss is all about.
Exactly. So, Danny, go ahead and talk about Saturday night a little bit.
Okay, I was just going to say this. If you get down there, you better get in your seat and get in there fast. He has, William Roberts has been filling that building up every other Friday. And they're having some problems as far as running out of parking, running out of doggone, turning people away some weeks. I mean,
wow.
He's having what you call a good problem.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
But I'm going to say this: I'm not fussing at nobody, but if this continues to happen, he better find a bigger venue. This venue only holds a little over about 200. And if you keep doing this every other Friday, then you need to probably find you a building that holds about 300 or 400. And there's some buildings around Chester to go into. It's just that nobody thought that it would explode after this point in time. And you got to give the people room where the worst thing you can ever do is run a show and turn somebody away.
Well, that's Danny. That like you said, that is a good problem to have, man. And right now, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's taking this stuff into account. So we're just gonna have to let him do what he does, man, and see if he can find him a new building, man. I mean, right now, let's just go ahead and move on
You'll
from it.
see it. You'll
And
see it's elbow to elbow.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen on the video, but we definitely will see it Saturday night. So we got to Friday night, probably Friday evening. We have to get down there early so we can get our spot. And I know he's going to have a spot reserved for us, but we definitely going to get down there and check it out.
Yeah, I've tried to message him about that, making sure that we do. And I didn't want to say elbow to asshole, but that's about what it's going to be.
Hey, I've been in places like that, so I know I can move around in spots like that.
Hey. And Saturday, Chris, they're not going to be with us, and God, I hate it.
Yeah.
Real quick, the CWA Pro Wrestling, promoted by Roger Gleaton. After 4 years of absence, they returned back to CWA Pro Wrestling, reopening. He had some personal things to take care of, and they're back in their home base of Orangeburg, South Carolina, at the National Guard Armory. This is what I know about the show, which I can't give you a whole lot, but I do know what I know is Ken Magnum will be there.
Okay.
Josh Magnum will be there.
Tough customer.
From Josh Magnum, who's a regular from the Augusta area, no relation to Ken Magnum.
Okay.
Josh Magnum will be there. A very popular manager, Joey Nuggs, will be there.
Oh wow. Now that's the manager that somebody was talking to me. Another promoter was talking to me. Wanted to bring in when me and you was when us three was gonna be a creative team. Well, they wanted to bring in Joey Nuggs. Now I've never seen Joey Nuggs as a manager. I know he's a manager, but I never seen him. So okay,
he's a big guy.
Okay.
Kimber, the lumberjack, will be there.
Okay.
Now he's gonna knock his socks off. Because not only can he wrestle, but he is probably, I'm going to say, this is being bold, the best brawling wrestler in the Carolinas right now.
Oh, my God.
You put him in the ring and they go outside, inside, whatever. And Timber could fight a grizzly bear, a buzzsaw, or a freight train and win.
Oh my God, man!
This son of a gun, and he is hugely popular.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Also, Baby Doll's daughter, Samantha Starr, she's gonna be there. Right?
Okay, yeah, we met her before. Yeah, we met her.
And
is she gonna wrestle? Is she gonna wrestle?
She's got a match.
Yo, wow.
As far as I know.
Wow.
Her husband, who's also on the card, is Bosworth.
Yeah, Bosworth. Yep.
He'll be in there, and I'm sure there's going to be other matches. I don't know the exact amount. Probably 6, 7 matches, somewhere between 6 and 7. But when I talked to him immediately because I used to do a lot of his shows in the past about he's not reopening. And I'm like, man, I want to be down there to be on board with you. And he immediately said, yeah, and so, I want to tell you this. When you come back, you're going to tell Mr. Burton, sorry he couldn't make
it. I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be another time. I'm sure
I heard about their old shows, man. And
CWA Pro Wrestling is Champions with Attitude.
Oh, wow.
That's what they call it. And it's a Christian-based theme show.
Okay.
So don't have no language in there. Tickets are a little higher than usual shows. I want to say they're $15 and $20. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you get a $20 ringside seat and you watch his show, it's worth every doggone dime of it.
Oh wow.
I mean, it really is. I mean, I hope that he gets out there, stays in Orangeburg, and moves into other areas of that Midlands area.
Yeah.
And does real well, because right now I don't know who really is running that way. Competition probably is a little bit out there, but not much. It'll be outstanding. This guy really does watch who he puts on his shows. It is, if you can't bring your game and he looks at you on a tape, he will not book you. That's
wow.
That's as simple as that. You better be able to do it, and it's going to be very good. I'm hoping that we get to see them several times between now and the end of the year. I don't know if he's got a full schedule between now and the end of the year. I'm not sure. And Action Pack, by the way, guys, tickets are there every Friday. They're $10, but I'm going to tell you what, you will get more than $10 worth of entertainment.
Okay, they are every Friday now.
No, every other Friday. I meant to say.
Yeah,
okay.
Every other Friday. And for those of you who live in the area of Packlet, CES Pro Wrestling, and you don't have nothing to do till he comes back in action, between Packlet and Chester is only about 30-40 minutes. That's as far as it is. If he does not, if there's nothing happening, and they usually try not to run on the same Friday not to compete with one another. That's already understood between William Rollins and William Roberts. They already worked that out. Very seldom do you see that happen. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you live in that area, Jonesville, Union, Chester, Packlet, it's only just a little bit down the road. Man, get in your car and go down there. It's no excuse why you can't say I didn't miss it. The only excuse you could say you had is you didn't have a car.
Well, wow.
I mean,
we definitely look forward to seeing that in Chester, and definitely seeing CWA too. But man, we got to get out of here. You know, we got wrestling on, so Chris and I, we do that. We're gonna be reporting on that soon too. So we definitely got to get out of this. I mean, get out of this thing right now. But we definitely appreciate everybody, man, checking us out. We had a great night. And once again, if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. If you're on YouTube, tell them what to do, Christopher.
Hit that like, share, join, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for times like this when we come on, because we have no set time when we come on. So you'll be notified. And if you're on Twitter, tweet, retweet, and share. And if you're on Twitch, do the same thing you do on YouTube.
Yes. But get ready, because I'm about to put that link on here. Check it out a little bit later. You know, if you're not doing anything, go ahead and check it out now. If you watch
after AEW tonight, watch it or watch it while you're watching AEW, whatever.
Exactly. But we're getting out of here, and look for us a little bit later. Not tonight, maybe, but I mean, Chris and I, we will be doing some things tomorrow. Chris and I got to we're going into a studio tomorrow because we got to do some voiceovers. So we're going to be taking care of that. But Danny Parrish, you got any last words, man?
You guys have a good night.
You too.
And thanks for letting me come on the show.
No problem.
You know, a lot of people think I'm irrelevant to just nothing but old school wrestling. No, I'm trying to keep up with today.
All right.
But, today is not particularly the wrestling I grew up on. But I see a lot of good things with the current wrestling. But it's not the old grouchy men that sit home and say, well, it's not like the Mid-Atlantic and this and that and the other. And
it's not. You're Harry.
Man, you're tripping, man.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. It's not like those days. And I miss those days.
Yeah.
But it's either you change with the times or you go play bingo and whatever. But I mean, you know.
It's like this, man. It's like this. Changing. If you take a Model T, what was the first car? First car off Ford's assembly line.
Model T.
Model T. You take the Model T and put it on you put it out here on 85. I guarantee you're gonna be left behind. So you know.
Well, you get what I'm saying.
You've been left behind.
I mean, I love the 80s wrestling. I love the 70s wrestling.
Yes.
And what have you and whatnot. But I mean, and it's a hard pill for me to swallow to see this new style of hardcore and lucha libre and this and that and the other. But you know, one day we're gonna get very old men. I mean, not that far from it now, me and you. But and we'll look, and this style will be totally different again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't know what you call it, but it just
everything evolves, man. Everything evolves. You look at everything in sports, man. It's evolving. You know, I mean, guys. You know, you look at track and field, guys get faster. You look at boxing, boxing techniques change, but they used to fight like that at one time. You look at it now it's like, it's all kind of different ways. Football, they changed a lot of rules there. Basketball, you got a 3-point shot, the most exciting shot, pretty much. Well, I guess Duncan's still the most exciting thing, but most of these kids now, they shooting 3-pointers. So things change, man. It's different techniques. Training gets better, nutrition gets better. That's just how it's been happening, man. Yep. So that's just the way the world is. So things evolve. Not saying wrestling got better, because we've seen a decline in wrestling. We've seen the decline. We've seen the decline in basketball too, as far as fans go. So we can't actually say it got better, but
it did change. It did evolve.
It did change, and the wrestlers are more athletic. So we will give them that. They're more athletic. They're doing a lot more things. But man, go ahead, Dan. One more thing. We getting out.
We'll say this in closing. Yeah, that's promise you.
Yes.
Guys, I didn't watch the Ric Flair thing, but now I will tell you this: the way that David Crockett, if he had his ways of trying to bring it back to a harder hitting style, of NWA style, that style is lost right now. I think you could bring that style back, like a Mid-South style or Mid-Atlantic style, and I guarantee you that it would kind of shake things up really a lot.
Danny, we watched it, and David Crockett did promote it. And I tell you what, if he brought it back and he can bring shows back like that, he will have an audience. He will make some inroads in wrestling right now. And looks like he's probably going to be back in the business. I'm not sure. We're not sure, because when it boils down to it, David Crockett's 76 years old. Does he have the energy? He has the will. He wants to do it. He pretty much made some comments to Tony Schiavone about that, but Tony Schiavone ended up getting signed to a deal with Khan, so Schiavone's not going to be working with him like he could have been, because I think he was making a play to get Tony Schiavone to work with him again. But I don't think that's going to stop. They might not stop Crockett. Crockett might go ahead and still work, but do Crockett have the energy to do it? So Crockett got to have the. What's that?
Needs to pass it on down.
Yeah, he need to have the people to run his playbook. But if he does, man, it looked just like NWA of old. It looked like Mid-Atlantic of old.
So there is a I don't know the date on it, but upcoming. I just saw today. There is a Jim Crockett Memorial Cup coming up. Tag team tournament.
Oh, wow. Yeah, NWA always holds those.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if it's NWA hosting it or if it's David hosting it.
No, it's not David. I don't think
it's NWA.
Well, I guarantee you he'll have his finger in the cookie jar on that.
He might, and he could, because he has the rights to it now. He has 100% rights to it, so he might. So who knows? But yeah, we definitely out of here. We definitely out of here, man. Because we'll end up talking all night. But Christopher Burton, the People's Podcaster, Danny Paris, the commentator of Straight Up Wrestling Show. We're out of here. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace, Chris. Hit that end button, because like I said, I don't even see it.
We out of here.